and just welcome you all to the Successfit team call, which is going to be hosted tonight by Iron Trish herself. And Trish is, I'm sure she'll share a little bit of her story, but it's been just over a year or about a year. I guess it's been about a year since Trish started, and I think it's been an amazing year watching her grow and watching her build her business. And obviously, as you saw, like, she just completed a year ago an Ironman, which, as we know, is insane. So the girl knows how to work hard and achieve goals, but she's been, I think, a very bright light through the year as a coach on the team. She's got a lot of, I think, emotions rooted in personal development and how that can provide. So I'm really excited to have her on the call tonight and talking about her topic. So I'll pass it over to her, but she's Diamond Coach Trish. She's a Success Club killer for sure. She's a part of Jody's team, and I feel really lucky to have her on our team too. But feel free to put your questions in the chat as we go, and she can cover them at the end. But welcome, Trish. I'm so happy to have you hosting tonight. I think this is the first call you're hosting for us, so thank you.
So yeah, thanks. Yay. Hi guys. Hope you can hear me okay.
Yes, you're good.
So how do I share my screen?
Okay, at the bottom, you'll see like a green share screen. You have to click on that and then choose the screen to share. Yeah. Awesome. So nice to see you.
It was September 11th that Trish signed up, by the way.
Oh my gosh, so just over a year.
Just a year.
You can see I'm hoping at some point you can see my screen. You let me know.
Yeah, we can see it. We can see it, Trish.
Okay.
Sorry.
I just need to play this.
I do want, while you're getting that set up, I do see some more newer coaches hopping on. I want to welcome them. I know that sometimes getting on team calls can, one, be intimidating, or two, also feel like, I don't know, it's something that you have to start to do. And they really are such a valuable way to connect with our team, which is a close-knit team. So welcome. I'm so glad you're here. And we'll record. This is recording. So if something goes wrong for you, the recording will be in the files for you. Okay, Trish, sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm just trying to figure out. I haven't actually used PowerPoint on a Mac.
Oh yeah, Mac. It's actually, I found, and I think
I'm just trying to figure out how to play it. But
Carla said this last week too. It's hard to see everything if you do play it. So
should I just
even if you just go through, we can see it really well that way, and it'll be great for the recording.
Okay, so cool. Okay, so I'm Trish, and I'm going to cover today something a little bit different. So it's not your typical, this is how you invite, or this is how to be a coach, or anything like that. It's just some things that I have observed over the year that I've been a coach now, and that I want to share with you guys. So what I thought as a first good meeting for me is what I've been finding is successful for me is goal setting and feeling good. And when you focus on these two things, this is when you'll see the biggest differences in your business. So first, I'll just cover a little bit about myself. I mean, Bria already covered it a little bit, but yeah, it was August 30th, 2015. I did my first Ironman, and I say first because I hope I do more. So I think, Jody, correct me if I'm wrong. Oh, so you said September 11th was when I joined?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was literally like 11 days after I did my Ironman that I decided to become a coach. And yeah, it was amazing. I mean, I said 1 week later in this because I think I met with you, Jody, 1 week later. And I think for me, that was a turning point for me, was doing my Ironman. And I did it. And I had no communication, obviously, with anyone that day. I mean, you can see on the clock, it took me over 14 hours to do. So I get emotional during it. But so, yeah, that night I had to have a bath because I was so sore, obviously. And so I had a bath, and I got my phone, and I started reading like all the comments that were coming in on Facebook, and was like ridiculous. I think probably like 150 to 200 people wrote on my wall that day, either posting that they like watched me live on the internet or whatever. Sorry. But it was amazing. And I knew I had to do something more in my life. Not saying that being a mom to 3 awesome kids isn't amazing. It absolutely is. But I just knew that I wanted to motivate and I wanted to inspire others. And that was my first outlet. So then I was watching Jody on Facebook, and we had been friends previously with Stella and Dot. And I just watched her doing her videos, and I said, well, I think I can do that, and I'd really like to do that. And so I contacted her and went over to her house, and we chatted, and I really wanted to see her new house anyway, so it was like a bonus for me. And so we had a really great chat, and I think I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm going to do this. So let's just do it. And I think within a couple of days I signed up my husband, and it just went from there. And so I also say on this slide, be here in a year, and here I am. It's 1 year later, and I'm here. And that's what they always say, just give it your first year. So I did. So now I have this great group, my team, the Team Iron Squad, and what I'm gonna say for this portion is I'm actually gonna kind of jump right into the presentation a little bit about goals. So after Summit, I decided that I needed to set some real goals. So these were the goals after we went to Summit, what I wanted for myself as well as for the team. So I said that I was going to make team leader. Now, if you don't know what that is, it's obviously there are, different ranks. So you start at Emerald, you go to Ruby, you go to Diamond, and then Star Diamonds, you can keep going. But there's the leadership ladder, which is also a very great indication on how well you're building your business. And it will really help you see, I guess, the type of work that you're doing and how you're building your team. So one of the rungs on that ladder is called team leader. So I would like to get to that team leader. And by the way, you can see this in your Coach Online office. I'm not going to show you how to do it now, but I can question that after, or show you guys how to do it. But I remember they said even at Summit and other meetings that is the way to kind of project your business instead of just going Emerald, Ruby, Diamond. Go by the leadership ladder. So team leader, December 2016, I want 3 active coaches. Now, mind you, yes, I'm Diamond, so I have more coaches on my team. What I mean by active is people actually wanting to do the business. Okay, by December 2016, and then 5 very active coaches by March 2017. So that's what I made for myself. Okay, so now we're going to go into some of the influences that I've had. And I'm sorry if I have distractions, my little guy's in the room with me. So one of the best books that I can say for PD out there, and it may turn some people off because it sounds like it's all financial. It's not. It's about success and it's about goals. So it's called Think and Grow Rich, and you may have heard of it before. It was written a very long time ago by Napoleon Hill. So none of these principles or anything are brand new. They've been around for centuries. But anyway, these are the things that I took away from this particular book. So what I think that you should do is that you should write your goals. Okay, so write them down actually with a pen and paper. Write down all the goals that you want to try to achieve. And right here, I guess it got cut off a little bit, but don't write them, don't type them, and don't write them on a computer. There is something special and something that ingrains in you and in your brain when you put blue ink to paper. It makes it solidified, and it allows you to, it almost stays with you longer than if you just type it on a computer. So just trust me on that one. You want to rewrite them as you see fit. So these goals that I'm talking about, they can be anything. And so I even say below, like, set these goals. I'm sorry for the noise. Ryder. Set the goals for all aspects of your life. So this could be for the business, but this could also be for your health, and your health is part of this business as well. So it can be health, career, family. It can be your financial goals. It can be travel. Anything that you have, you should capture that and write it down. So you want to rewrite them as you go and as you see fit, okay? And what I mean by that is that they're going to change over time. So then that's okay. Don't like keep to a goal and then, you know, until you achieve it, and that's the only time that you're going to be satisfied. Rewrite them over and over until actually maybe you perfect them. This is very key. You want to read these goals 2 to 3 times a day. Now, this is going to sound like a lot of work for some people, but I'm telling you that this is what makes it work. So the best times to do that are first thing in the morning, for obvious reasons, because you're starting your day off right, you're reading your goals, and it can help propel you in the right direction for your day. Evening, I think that's obvious as well. You kind of like get your goals and everything ingrained in you before you go to bed, so that you're almost like you are getting those goals, no matter what, into your subconscious, and that's when the magic happens. So you can start kind of unconsciously dreaming about them. Okay. You want to have a chief aim. Okay, so where do you want to be? What do you want to be making? And again, this doesn't only have to be financial, but this is important. You want to write it out. Give yourself as well an end date. Or if you don't want to, like, oh, how I say here, I say, or something better. So you can say, you know, you want to achieve it by date, or you can say, or something better, meaning that maybe it will come beforehand. But you give yourself that date so that you have something to achieve, but that it also feels good to you. So in your gut, you know that it might be a big goal, but you think it's achievable. Then what you want to do is you want to explain how you're going to get there. So you're going to explain what service you're going to provide to people to get to those goals. I'm going to give you guys an example of this. I'll share mine. So I'll go back to the other slide, because there was another really small book there that you can see. It's called It Works. This book is absolutely amazing. I'm telling you, it's only, it's probably like 15 pages long. It's tiny. And what it says within it is very powerful. It basically says, write out all your goals, read them 2-3 times a day. Don't tell anyone about them. And I'm going to read you mine. So like, I just broke a rule, but it says, don't tell anyone about them. And then, you know, and this stuff will come to fruition. But anyway, I wanted to tell you about that book as well. And I glanced over, and I'm sorry, but it's called The Famous Little Red Book That Makes Your Dreams Come True. So that's called It Works. I'm telling you, it is amazing. It's something like $5 or $6. It costs nothing, but you don't have to understand the science behind it, but I'm just telling you that it is, you follow the steps and the stuff will come true. Okay, so so you're going to write out your end date or something better. You're going to explain how you're going to get there. So like, for example, if you're using this business, you're going to say, okay, well, I'm going to provide, you know, the best service that I can for my clients. I'm going to be the best coach. I'm going to be there, you know, whatever you want to say. But then, you know, another, I'll read you mine in a little bit. But another thing that I said was that, you know, for my coaches, I wanted them to feel prosperous, and I wanted them to feel healthy and comfortable going forward. And that was part of my service. I'm going to give you my example. I think my book, just a sec. Okay, so this is my little book. It says Dream Away on it, and I keep all sorts of stuff. Actually, at the beginning of the book, now you guys can take this or leave this, but I say what my daily activities are every day. So within this, I say that, and this is from Bria, I say that I have to work out, I have to have my shake, I have to do PD, have to post 3 times, have to post to my challenge groups, post to my my team page, have to review and respond to posts and likes and commenters, add 3 to my network, send 3 to 5 connections, check my Coach Online office, and do my gratitudes. Anyway, so I read that every day before I also read my these goals. Okay, so this is my chief aim that I have set. So I say, I, Trish Clouse, am earning $125,000 per year by September 7th, 2018 or better. This is about $10,000 a month for my family. I am doing and providing the best service I can for my challengers and coaches. I am getting people into great shape and working on their health. They are happy and confident. My team of coaches are happy, healthy, confident, and happy to be prosperous, all while working from home. No day feels like work. So that's my example for you guys. Don't tell anyone. Yeah, so that's just my chief aim. But mind you, I also have like my list of goals too. So once something is achieved, then you can like move on to your next one. So I'll give you just a little example of so I wrote my goals too, and I have pages and pages because of course this covers more than career, this covers everything. But I'll give you an example of, you know, some like maybe the first like 5 or 6, but I write them all out like as almost like a gratitude, like I already have it. And that's important too. You can basically write it out like it's already there for you. But I basically say, my first one is thank you for being consistent diamond coach. Thank you for making $10,000 a month. Thank you for being on Bria's top 10 every week. Now this is an interesting one because I wrote this about 4 weeks ago, this list. And since that point, I have been consistently on Bria's top 10 list. So this stuff is actually working. Then I also say, thank you for consistently getting SE10 a month and signing 2 to 4 coaches. That has also happened. Thank you for the amazing team of coaches I have attracted and continue to attract. You know, and then I go on about like health. I have some real estate goals as well. You know, thank you for like the growth of my page. I have 1,000 likes now. It can be anything. Like maybe there's a certain trip that you and your family want to take. So I think, you know, I give gratitude for that, even though it hasn't happened yet, but it will. So it's just knowing those things. So you write those all out. So once achieved, what I do on the in the margin is I will say the date that it was achieved. So mainly just the month, because there's no like usually specific date. So I'll just say the month and the year that was achieved. And your list should constantly be kind of growing, and it's always a good sign if you're constantly evolving this list. So your things are changing. They may not be exactly how you first saw them, but they're getting more refined and you may be wanting different things, and that's okay. It's going to be an evolving thing, so don't keep it the same. Another thing that's, I think, very important, and like I just even mentioned, I write them out as thank yous like they already happened. So every day, mostly every day, if it's not every day, it's every like 3 days or every couple of days. But I also have a book, a gratitude book. And I write out, now you don't have to necessarily write these out. You can also say them in your head or whatever before you go to bed. You know, I've heard of people having gratitude rocks that they keep in their pockets and they hold them throughout the day and they give thanks to whatever that's coming to them. So yeah, just having gratitude for all the good things that have happened. So maybe you sold a challenge pack, you're thankful for that. Maybe you signed a coach, you're thankful for that. Whatever it is, you should show gratitude towards it, because the more that you do that, the more of those things you are going to get. Dream boards. This is another thing that I use. This is an example of my dream board. It's changed slightly since this picture was taken, but it allows you to dream big. And one of the things that I think we also saw at Summit, particularly through, I think it was Melanie Metro, she did one, and she said that everything on her board, because she captured it, came true. So my advice for, making a nice dream board is, make it nice. Like mine was just a regular cork board, but it had a really cool frame on it. And sorry, just a sec. Yes. Are you just amazed that there's people there? Okay. Okay. I'm doing a meeting, babies. Okay. You want to put it somewhere that you can see it daily. So I have it in my bedroom. You want to be able to have time where you can look at it, close your eyes, and kind of picture yourself in those rooms or moments. Like you can see on mine, I have some Beachbody things. I have pictures of like top 10 people on here that got rewarded to go to Bora Bora this year. How I want my physique to look. I have other things like how I want my family room to look, or how my kitchen to look, and how I want my cottage when I get it to be, and all the trips that I want to take. I also capture here, because I've been, on leadership boards, I will print off past leadership boards, put it on my dream board, because that's where I constantly want to be. So if I'm in the top 5 or in the top 2, I think this particular one, I think I was second or something. I put that because I constantly know that I want to be up near the top. So you, like I say, put it somewhere that you're going to see it every day, that you can feel its energy kind of thing. And it makes you happy. These all have to be things that literally make you happy.
Mom.
Yeah. Okay, go see Daddy. Okay, next. So again, make it fun, make it big. It can be all aspects of your life. Don't just make it about Beachbody or your career or anything like that. It should be health, it should be travel, it should be your home, even relationships. Put the relationships. So one of the quotes I have on mine now is, what is that? Your vibe attracts your tribe. So that's one of the things that I think is really important to me right now. So I have it on there. I have pictures from Summit. When we went, I have pictures of the group of us, because that whole feeling and that togetherness was so amazing that I want that for my team. Here's another thing. If you're not in the pictures, then don't be afraid to cut your face out of like any kind of picture that you have and place yourself in that situation. So maybe it's a car that you want, or maybe it's, the way you want your room to look, or anything like that. Don't be afraid to place yourself, take a picture of yourself, cut it out, place yourself right in that picture. It will become more believable to you. And it just works. So that's another little tip that you can do to help things out. And I know Rachel did this. She started making them with her kids, and we've made dream boards with our kids. So make one for the whole family. Everyone should be doing this type of thing. It allows them to use their creativity and just have no limitations. So I think it's just great. I love the next 3 words. You want to review it constantly. You want to revise it, because your ideas are going to change. You're going to have better ones come along. You're going to feel more confident that you can dream bigger, because at first you may have some limitations on what you want to, what you think you should dream about. But the truth of the matter is that you can probably achieve a lot more. So as you start achieving things, you'll probably start dreaming bigger. So you always want to revise that. Not only that, but things are going to start to come to fruition as well. So you're going to take those off and you're going to put new ones in its place. The next word I say is reward. So I remember one time in another company, I gave myself a big goal. And I had almost created a graph, like a visual thing that I could see. It was like a thermostat. So how like when United Way or whatever, and they're raising money and they create like this little temperature gauge or whatever, and they say this is how much money they've raised. I did the same kind of thing for like the money that I was bringing in, or the sales that I was doing. So I did that, and then at certain points when I reached certain goals, I gave myself a little treat. So I'm not saying like, oh yeah, I sold a challenge pack, go out and buy a new pair of shoes. Like, you've got to give yourself some limits, but maybe you say, okay, like maybe SC10 is like a big goal for you, or you want to be number 1 on Bria's list or whatever. Give yourself a goal, or say you want to become diamond or emerald or whatever your next step is. Give yourself that goal, but give yourself a little reward so that kind of drives you as well. There's nothing like having that drive and having that passion and knowing that you can work towards something. I think that also really helps as well. So yeah, don't be afraid of giving yourself a little something if you've reached that point. And gratitude. I've already touched upon that. I do that almost every day, if not every second day. I try to do it in my head most of the time, but if you write it out, it will, it's even better. Okay, and about feeling good. So this is kind of like the second portion of it. The first portion was about goal setting. So now it's about feeling good. So I'm going to touch upon kind of like the 2 vitals that we need for, yes. No, not right now. Give me 5 more minutes, okay? 5 more minutes. Where's your daddy? Okay, so 2 vitals that are very, very important in our business is, like personal development is one of them, and also like having our shake in our workouts, right? So feeling good, I think, is such a great part of this business. I think if we want to attract clients or we want to attract team members, we've got to kind of walk the walk and talk the talk, but also people will know if we're not in the right headspace or anything like that. Like they can feed off of our energy, positive or negative. So as I say here, like attracts like. So if you feel good, the people that are watching will feel that too. So basically saying, work on yourself, because I will be honest with you, I have gone through phases in this business where I haven't been feeling very good, but I've been working my butt off. So where, there have been months where I have just even invited 10 people a day, which I know even they're just like, invite 3 people a day. I was inviting 5 to 10 people a day consistently for months. But I was, or like maybe a couple months in a row, but I wasn't there mentally and I didn't feel so great about myself. I'm telling you, you apply these things that I'm telling you tonight about goal setting as well as feeling good, and things will start happening to you with not having to put as much effort forward. You still have to do the work, but I'm just saying it's going to become a lot easier for you because you're going to have this vibe that attracts your tribe. So people are just going to feed off of the good energy that you have. So every day, just do your workouts, feel good about yourself, drink your shake because you know that is good for your health. It really is. And post about it, share. And I'm telling you too even about working out. There have been days where, I haven't wanted to work out and I thought other things were important. So I hadn't. Well, you know what? Like, I have to admit, like my posts and stuff like that were not as good because I wasn't feeling as good. These vitals are here for a reason, and when you really start to follow them and do them every single day, it just follows through in every portion of your life, and it's just going to be amazing. Yes, babies. Okay, what else? Oh, do what makes you happy. I love this. So this is also a part of feeling good. So I don't know if you guys have read this book, The Happiness Project. I read it, God, probably years ago, but this will help you in your business as well. So once a day, do something. Now, mind you have to be able to identify what makes you happy. So once a day, what will make you happy? Is it reading? Is it writing? Is it cooking? For me, it's like, I love doing the interior of my house. I love kind of interior designing and working on things. So that's what I've been doing lately. In September, I've been working on my house. I love to read as well. So I've been making sure that once a day that I am doing something that's going to make me happy, and not just something that I think I have to do. Having said that, to also be happy and to have the correct mindset, you want to clear your mind. So what I mean by that, and the Happiness Project, sorry, my son, he's like trying to push my head the other way. You want to declutter. She mentions that a lot. Gretchen mentions that a lot in the Happiness Project. She's a real neat freak, and she really loves to even go into other people's homes and like declutter a closet for them or whatever. She really finds that's really important just for your mind and just for your well-being. So I've been doing that as well this month. So I've been decluttering my house. Take action in anything. Chip away at your to-do list. But again, you have to identify that. Look at your to-do list. And each day, doesn't have to be fast, but each day, just do one thing on your to-do list, and it will just help your mindset. Check in with yourself. So this is important, just kind of saying, okay, what are the things that maybe I have fear over, or maybe what are the things that I'm not feeling particularly happy with myself or with my business or whatever. Now this could be, okay, maybe I haven't invited enough to a challenge group, or maybe I haven't sent the emails yet. Now I know, like now Beachbody is doing this, but they're sending out automatic emails about when their shakes are coming on auto ship. But that was something I always had anxiety about, like, oh my God, I haven't like emailed them in time about their shakes and invited them to be a coach and stuff like that. So these are things that, just you got to think about getting into the right mindset, clearing your mind, and it's all stuff that's going to work towards your happiness and feeling good.
Mommy.
Okay, that's it, guys. Well, we have my little guy just, kind of melting on me here. So thank you. Thank you for your time, and thank you. So any questions at all?
Trish, I'll chat first in case anyone has any questions they want to pop in after. But thank you for doing this topic. I feel like it's such an important thing, and it's so refreshing for all of us here. We can get really caught up staying focused on just the goals that we have in the business. And what you said about making sure that we're setting goals for all these different areas of our life is so valuable. Because I heard this once, like Beachbody it's not supposed to become your life. It's supposed to be the vehicle that you use to achieve your dreams, and also obviously make a difference, right? That's a really important thing that we're all here for. But that I think is what you addressed for us today, is just a reminder that, because there are tough times in this, we do have these months where it's harder, you're not necessarily feeling successful, and we have to remember that there are other things in our life that are so valuable, and this is a piece of that, and we're trying to share our life this way with other people, and that's how we help them. But we're supposed to use this and our success in this to make an impact and also achieve the other goals in areas of our life. So that's awesome, and I love that you said, to make sure that you're having fun and that you're happy, because that really is what people are attracted to around us, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
That was awesome. Does anyone have any questions for Trish? Just great, lots of great job. Great job. Oh, Krista asks, did you cut pics out of magazines for your dream board, or how did you find what you wanted to put on it?
Yeah, I would say yes, some magazines, as well as I would say majority is Pinterest. So I use Pinterest a lot. I have boards for just about anything that I want to do. And because I can just find, you can put in searches and exact things that you want. instead of, for magazines. Well, sometimes you don't know what you want. I've been doing this type of thing for many years, so I'm kind of a little bit more, I guess, seasoned at it. But what I like about Pinterest is that you can do certain searches, they can give you examples, and you can be like, yeah, that's exactly what I want. So then what I do is I will save the image, and I'll put multiple image into like a Word document, and then I'll print that off, and then I can just cut them all out and save on paper and all that kind of great stuff.
That's great. It's probably time for us to do like a dream board thing.
Well, Sabrina just
I can't see the
somebody just suggested that we do a smaller group of like nearby people doing dream boards, and I mentioned that we will also be doing them at the Diamond Retreat.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be a good thing to do, but we could do a virtual dream board session sometime.
Mm-hmm.
But I wanted to say something to Trish, if that's okay. Trish, I love that. Like you always have the focus on balance. Like a lot of this is talking about your business goals, but to balance that, you have these other family things and hobbies and other passions that you have. And I love the way it just rounds everything out. And you're still like, right, as soon as you start taking care of all those little pieces of yourself that maybe don't have anything to do with coaching, your coaching flourishes because you feel whole and happy. So thank you for a great presentation on a topic that I like talking about quite a lot.
That's a really great way of putting it.
Yes.
Jody is saying that you're whole. That's one thing that it didn't click for me. But that's exactly it. Sometimes when you focus too much on certain aspects, it doesn't work out how you think it's going to work out. So if you have this balance, like you say, you do become more whole. It's really great. And it's only because of what I've seen over the last year and seeing what months that I do certain things and seeing my results, and then what months I do other things and seeing the results. I know now how to be the most optimized and the happiest and everything. It's great for everyone, not just me. It's great for husband, kids, everybody, friends. Okay.
I love that. You're right. And it is funny because it's almost like the more you focus on living your life and learning just to share how you're living your life, the more your business will flourish, because I think people want to see that this is not consuming your life. They want to see, they're going to be attracted to like being able to make this a part of their life too. And I think that's a key part in making sure we're happy and fulfilled in all areas of our life and showing all areas of our life, not just the one-sided piece of us, because we all have so many different sides of us beyond Beachbody Coach, So that's really good point. It's funny what comes out when you're not even expecting it. Oh, Trish, that was so good. Thank you so much. And thanks everyone for hopping on tonight. I know from coast to coast, which is where we're spanning these days, it is not an ideal time for anyone, I think, whether it's late or dinner hour or somewhere in between. But thanks, guys, for hopping on. And thank you so much, Trish. What a great call. I will post the recording when it's up. But have an awesome end to September. This is our last week. We're heading into sort of a brand new month soon. So do your best to achieve the goals that you can, and then get out and live your life so you can share it.
Thanks, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you.